Hi, this is Marina, and I'm here to share with you the planetary energies for this next week that we are living here in 2022 and see what's going on the apocalypse. So what's going on for this week? So we had the lunar nodes. They changed the axis that they are, and now they are in the axis of the power in Taurus and Scorpio. And what does this mean? So the lunar nodes, they are usually the signs where the eclipses happen. The eclipses, they are an energetic portal for collective emotional discharge, which means that after every portal we can see a lot of things unfolding in our lives that are really impactful, especially if you have any strong placement in those signs for Scorpio and Taurus, but we still live this collectively. We do not live this by ourselves, but everyone has a different aspect to deal with this. And now that they shift into Scorpio and Taurus, this means that it's time to learn how to let go of the old memories and old cycles, because Taurus, it's really good with manifesting anything that they want to. They are very abundant. They literally can do anything they want. If you have this Taurus energy, you can feel it. You see that everything just materializes inside your life. And the Scorpio energy, it's also a very powerful energy, but they are always very destructive. And this means that everything that is going to come up in our life now, not now, come on. So everything that kind of comes up in your life now, it's actually a materialization from your past, which is the Scorpio energy. The Scorpio energy is bringing, which is the Scorpio energy. The Scorpio energy is like making the old things rebirth in your life. And sometimes those are things that we don't want to see, and those are things that we denied for ourselves, that we were feeling and that we were still believing and that we didn't let go. But everything is going to come up now, and you're gonna have to deal with that. Yes. So last year we had a little taste of what is going to be like and what are the subjects that we're gonna have to deal, because we had a Scorpio Taurus eclipse. I don't remember exactly when, but I'm gonna check that. But the north nodes, the lunar nodes, they were still in another sign, but now they are officially changing, so they're gonna stay there for 18 months, so 1 year and a half. And for this 1 year and a half, we're gonna have to learn how to deal with old memories and old emotional patterns coming up in our lives. And these patterns, they can come up in any way or form depending on which area of your life you're bringing this. So it can be relationships, it can be self-image, it can be your house, it can be with the community, your group of friends, your family. It is just a matter of where you have this placement in your birth chart. And it is a big shift because of everything that we are experiencing now. Globally, we are fucked. I think it would be really helpful if you could enjoy this moment and not really resist for the changes and for the things that you have to let go in your life. Taurus also talks about the values that we have in our life. What are the values that feed our life? That's why Taurus, it's very connected to food, but it's not just like physical food. It's about mental food, it's about emotional food, it's about spiritual food, everything that you use to feed your whole person, your whole body, your whole spirit, your own self. And it's time to pay attention to that, because everything that we feed off, we feed the world with. the energies are pushing us to think about the collective with the Mercury in retrograde in Aquarius. And I think it's not just that. We have a whole bunch of stuff in Aquarius right now. No, not really. So Saturn and Mercury are now in Aquarius, which means we have to think what is our position, what is our individual position inside the collective. What are you bringing for this collective? Are you being responsible with that? Taking care of yourself. Sometimes putting yourself first, it is also something that is good for the collective, because not everyone has enough strength to really feed a whole community. So if you're in this kind of scenario, you have to back down a little bit and see what is important to yourself, see what is feeding you, how are you taking care of yourself, which has everything to do with Taurus, about the self-care and everything. And it is really special that this shift happened like in this moment right now, because we do have the Venus retrograde and the Mercury in retrograde, which means that yes, we have to review a lot of stuff in our lives, but everything is happening in a slow pace, like in a pace that you can follow in, that is not destructive as Scorpio can be. Yes, I know you Scorpios, I love you, but you can be very self-destructive when you want, and if you're not being self-destructive, you can be destructive to the environment. But this is just the shadow side of Scorpio. Scorpio is also really good of understanding what is really, really important and just getting really attached to this one thing that is the most important thing, and let go of the other things, let go of everything else. Adding up with this Scorpio energy, we also have Pluto, which is Natural's ruler of Scorpio. It is conjunct with the Sun right now, so it is in Capricorn. And when the Sun conjuncts when Pluto conjuncts the Sun, it is a real moment of transformation. Things can happen like this, and you have to deal with the things like this as well, because it's not an energy that is gonna back up. It's not going away. If you're not dealing with it, you're not gonna have any other chance to deal with it. Just any things that end up exploding in your life, deal with that. Don't run away. This year it's ruled by the Moon and Mercury, so it is a moment to express yourself. It is a moment to not hold up with judgments. Doesn't matter if you're thinking something is bad to be said, to be known by anyone else. Find a way to express this energy in a healthy way, but don't hold this inside yourself, because if you hold it, it's gonna stay there until you let go. It's not going away. Everything is just exploding this year. So we have volcanoes, we have fucking tsunamis, and don't hold yourself from expressing anything that you need to, because only expressing it, you're gonna see it outside of yourself, and you're gonna be able to really see a new perspective and know how to change the way that you have been dealing with stuff. What else? So why is it good that this happened while Mercury is retrograde and Venus retrograde as well? Because it is a moment where these things are going to start coming up, but very slowly. And because Aquarius is a very emotionally distant sign, Aquarius won't let you be dramatizing straight away about anything that happened. It's gonna be more rational. Usually the way that Aquarius deals with the emotional energy, it's not feeling. They actually feel everything, but they take a step back, watch it, and see what is the best way of putting that energy in the world. And Mercury, it's very much about how you communicate and how you think about things. So you're gonna be thinking about your moments, your emotions in a more rational way and more distant. And don't judge yourself for doing that. It's actually sometimes very healthy to do this. And one thing that I want to talk about Mercury retrograde, by the way, is that it's not, I know that even though it's a mental thing, the only thing that can really help you during Mercury retrograde, because your mental body is not properly working as fast as it could, as fast as you're used to, you have to follow your intuition. Your best friend during Mercury retrograde is your intuition. Like, if you feel like you have to be silent, be silent. If you feel like you have to say something and you don't quite know how to, do it anyway. If you feel like you have to say, if you feel like you have to do it. It's probably gonna have some sort of distortion that you're gonna have to come back and do it again, but this is not a problem. If you have to say, if you have to do it and redo it as many times as you need to. And the Venus retrograde is bringing us the energy of reviewing our values again. So because we have this earthy energy in the sky right now, because the sun is in Capricorn, we are being more practical with things. So be realistic with what it's really supporting you in life. This has to do a lot with the full moon in Cancer as well, because in the full moon our emotions they get very clear. Like, we can see more clearly what it's actually going on. We are still connected to our emotions, but we can see them in the surface, so it's easier to choose what is really important to you, what really matters to you, what is really doing good and what is really doing bad in your life for your purpose. This week is a really good moment to choose what you want to keep in your life and what you don't want to. And when is the new moon? Let me check. Where is my app? Rise, future. Yes, so like the new moon, the next new moon is gonna be very close to when Venus goes direct and Mercury as well. So this is going to be a really good moment of letting go of stuff. This is going to be a very good moment to let go of things. It's gonna be a moment where after the end of the year, the last year, I think in this new year that we had, I mean, New Year's, they are always a moment where we kind of see and look back to our lives, how it was and everything. So we have this moment of getting all the memories that we had from last year, and now we're kind of analyzing what we really want for this right now. And from today to the 2nd or 4th of February, we're gonna have a really good moment of choosing, a really good moment of keeping the things that we want in our lives. Everyone has a different life, everyone has a different lifestyle, everyone has different priorities. And yeah, this is another thing about Capricorn as well, because Capricorn is about structure, and we are actually analyzing everything that gives us structure to keep going to our life path, what it's really what we really want to build in this life and what we are bringing with us. So it's like about the past, the present, and the future. We are always here in the present, but we are always looking forward to the future and looking back to the past. And we can't keep the memories of the things that are holding us back. We have to see what is really being like the fuel to put us into going to our goals or the things that we believe in life. And what is our structure? And the structure is not just about material, it's not just about work, job, career, as people think about Capricorn. Our structure is it's way much more complex than this. So we have our emotional structure, we have, I think right now the most important thing is like about our emotional structure, because this is the only structure that we can really trust that it's going to be with us all the time. What is important for your emotional structure? Because material things, they always go away. The material world, it is not real. The material world, it's just an experience. So everything that you have, everything that is material, one day it's going to end, one day it's going to let go. And the memories and our emotional bodies, they are also changing all the time, but they are actually our will. They are what makes us move to one place to another, and what creates our magnetism, which is very much related to Scorpio, to the Scorpio energy, what we are attracting to ourselves. What are the kind of relationships that we are having to each other? What is the kind of jobs that we are having, that we are finding? Are we complaining about the same thing all over again? Are we having the same problem that we said that we would solve like months or years ago? What is the structure that you're building to yourself? Are you grateful for that structure? So yeah, think about that. And I think this is all that I can say for you right now. I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope this makes sense to you. And yeah, I'm gonna try to keep doing that. See you next time.